My companions and I will show you how to stay alive, so that you may return home to your farm someday. Autolycus.
You.
Yes?
You. Lop off my head. My head. Cut it off.
Setting.
General?
Shield wall!
Who are you?
Nicholas.
If you want to defeat this recess and survive, you must learn to think as one. On the battlefield, a man alone is weak. He's vulnerable. You must learn to work together.
Thaddeus. Yeah, let's try to see if I can get that fixed. We're gonna be good now.
Second Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2:15. Father, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this platform. We thank you for those you've brought here. We thank you for the knowledge that you've provided to us and the insight that you've given us. We thank you for your protection. We love you, and we pray your hand of covering over this entire broadcast, and that you close the eyes, ears, nose, nose to, and mouth of the enemy. We thank you, Lord. We thank you, Lord, for everything. In Jesus' name, amen. Welcome, everyone. We have four Facebook pages: Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and surrounding areas. We have the Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN, and Sun Center and Database, the Lead Tracker e-page, and the new Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warriors Path page. Our address is P.O Box 655, Antlers, Oklahoma.
Let's see. How many group pages did we get to?
All of them.
All of. Okay. I was writing down a couple things, but the documentary, the Bigfoot documentary, $101. This documentary takes you into the places this book tells you not to go to. The book teaches you, we'll get to that, but the Bigfoot documentary is all, you can get that through us only. It's not on Amazon or YouTube. You can use Cash App or the PayPal in the link below. The new book, Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, is now on Amazon. We had a book signing just the other night, or our last stream. On our last stream. And if you were here with us, you got to see us interact with people who had been with us for a long while. Some as far back as our 19th member, and even further back, I believe JR was maybe a little bit, like he may have been the 13th. But the new book is out. It's on Amazon, $25. The link is below to link you to Amazon. We have a couple left, I think 2 left, possibly 3. But what we did to free up books, because we did sell all the books, but some of the people needed to save up for the book. It's $25, but we understand situations. So what we did was, well, other people had bought books for people who we thought would need it. And so what we did was we just consolidated those books, because the people did say that they would buy the book just when they had money or the funds to get it. So we just used this gift, and added to them, so they don't have to buy it, because we know that they need it. And so we're sending those out to some friends also who are probably here tonight, and we talked about that in the tracker meeting. But we'll get those out to you, and a DVD. We're sending out to a certain couple of people who ordered the books. Because of your situations, we want you to know everything and see everything. And the Bigfoot documentary will show you also Bigfoots in the video, in the trees. You can see their faces and things like that. They don't all look like Chewbacca. They're different types. And we'll show you translucents and their traps, where to look for them. But everything that we show you in that Bigfoot documentary, you know where they're going to be at. You can go get a quick photo or something like that. But if you find these things in that area, let your family know. Show them the DVD or give them the book. And buy the book and just drop it off to a skeptic or a person who you may feel has occupation, I guess, or activity there. It will help them to understand everything that they need to know. So that book is now out on Amazon. I would get it as quick as possible. There's some people here tonight, I hope, and I believe so, but we talked today through an email, and this person came in on this day to talk about that they're going through the streams from the beginning. And some of those streams are not there that as far back as what we went, because they've been taking them off little by little. So go back as far as you can, and then but this book will help you get your knowledge and information a lot quicker. This book is also being translated into Spanish, into the Spanish language. One of our friends, CT, is doing that for us. Hopefully she's here. Most times she's working. But when that book is ready, we'll have another book signing for the Spanish viewers, or anyone who wants to purchase a Spanish book. We won't be having another book signing, but we will sign a couple of these books that we do have left now that we freed up some. And to the people who we're going to gift these to, we're going to sign those also tonight. So look for that coming up real soon. Also, Patreon memberships are in the description below, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the new Patreon membership. I guess guidelines is what we're doing now. But it's just to for this new thing that we're doing. We want to talk about that in just a minute. But if you do become a Patreon member, you do have access to our tracker meetings. There's some things that are going on with our trackers right now that only the people who are Patreon members know what's going on. The streams here is for teaching, for giving information, and for interviews of people who are having activity right now and how we can help them right now at this very, very moment. So the Patreon membership for the trackers is called Tracker Team Meetings or Tracker Team Meeting. That's every Tuesday and Friday at 9:30 a.m. Central Time Zone until we're finished. And what we do is we get the reports from each tracker in each area, and then we go over it in an open floor and discuss what's going on and how we can help in other areas, or if there are other people out there who need information, then we talk about who we can help and who is just not ready yet, because there's a lot of people doing the wrong things, and we see that, and we, like our group, we have to agree on what we're going to do. We will check out these channels, and our trackers always give us information, so we can also share that here. But that's every Tuesday and Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Central Time Zone. That's only through Patreon. PayPal and Cash App is also in the description below for the DVD, or to support the channel. You can always support the channel one way or the other. We also have the chat sticker now, where you can make donations and funds to help us. And if you've been with us for a while, you understand and you know what we do with it. This was after the first book signing. We actually made enough to fill our tank of gas up and get what we need. And we got a call or a text about 4 something in the morning. And we was heading out at daylight, or right before daylight. So we made it to the other spot right at daylight, when the sun was coming up. But it was a good feeling for us to just be able to not say, do we got enough gas to get there and get back, or let's see what we can do about getting that. Now with these book sales and with the book signing, that was a great success for us. That's when we only have 2 left now, maybe 3, I think. But it was a good feeling for us to be able to just take off, not worry about funds or anything, and get to our destination and doing exactly what we needed to do, and got right back. But that was a good feeling for us, knowing that support came in to where we didn't have to worry. We just took off, and there was no hesitation after that. We could just go. So that was a good feeling. Again, this is not an open forum. This is a tracker channel. We share information here, interviews, and help with certain situations that are happening right now. And we also give classes, I guess you would say, on certain subjects that has to do with cryptids, health, and things like that. So it's not an open forum. It's not where you have conversations in the chat. We do have monitors who are going to be monitoring that for us. So we do answer the comments and the questions that relate to the topic at the end of each stream. And if you've been with us for a while, you understand that's the forum. We don't have the questions or the talks about, I heard this and I heard that in the chat. We've got a lot of monitors who will let you know right away that we're not going to have conversations which distract people from what we're saying. You can wait till the end of the stream or close to the stream, or kind of like tonight, we're going to intermingle a little bit, but we will let you know whenever we get to that point, because we do have some things that we have to talk about. So we do have monitors. It's not an open forum, so wait till the end if you have questions, or whenever we open the floor up, which we're going to do tonight for a little bit. to see about questions and that relate to the topic. And we'd like to thank our monitors, and we're going to get to that part also. We also will be with Josh Turner on Friday night. I'm not sure about the time yet. So kind of be ready for that for our regular viewers. But it will be Friday evening. We do have a Friday morning tracker meeting at 9:30 a.m., which we do every Tuesday and Friday. So trackers, be ready for that. We got some more information we need to talk about. And then be ready for the evening with Josh Turner on Paranormal Roundtable. Very good people. So as we do begin, since we got the announcements out of the way and everybody knows the forum, we know what we're doing here, we're going to open with the chat. Lead Tracker E has the chat, and but also Lead Tracker E has got a project working. She's working on, and she can just get up and go and take care of what she needs to take care of whenever she needs to. But we do still have more things to talk about. So until she can return, or if she can return, but she will be safe. Don't worry about that. Let's make sure this
It's not letting me go all the way back up.
Okay, mine is starting with Frank, which I don't think that's the right one.
That's as far as I can get up there.
Let me try this one.
Well, we'll say welcome to everybody that's in here, but as far as we can roll back up right now is Frank Harrington. And that's Patricia.
Yeah, that is wrong. Frank Harrington is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Says, I'm happy to be a new member of your family, Patricia Gambino Harrington. She's been.
Who is this?
Patricia Gambino Harrington.
Frank and Patricia.
Yep.
All right, Frank and Patricia. Nice to meet you. And I'm glad you, since this is your first night, this is actually kind of like our first night too of what we're going to be talking about.
Perfect time to start.
Perfect time to start. You're perfect on your timing whatsoever.
Danny Wertman says, I ordered your book.
Danny, thank you so much. And I'm glad you're here for tonight because we're going to be talking about people who have the book and what we're going to be doing. And so I'm glad you're here tonight also.
And before we forget, thank you. I don't want to say the name. I don't know if they want us to say the name, but thank you to the tracker that gave us this beautiful couch. We sure appreciate it.
You know, one of our tracking friends,
so comfortable,
tracking team members, has gifted us with a brand new couch to us, and we're gonna use it for this stream, I believe. Mm-hmm. Just so we want to show our appreciation. So, and it's very comfortable.
It is.
Very beautiful. Quality. The
Thank
quality
you very much. We appreciate it. Deborah Mueller says, hello, new friends, all the way from Central Texas. Hey, Deborah.
Deborah is also a new Patreon member, the newest. So glad to see you here, Deborah. And we also will be making that announcement. And I'm glad you're here for the announcement because it can pertain to you also.
Graybeard's here.
Graybeard, our new friend, our new close friend.
Good evening, all. Jerry and Ella. Hope you're having a great week. We are. Every week's good.
Every day.
Lorna's back.
Lorna. All right. That's so
awesome. Greetings, greetings. Free the People's here.
Excuse me 1 second.
Hi, Free the People.
This is Lorna's also. Lorna purchased a book on Kindle, I believe. And so we had to, and we're going to do this with another friend. She's on Facebook. She got a Kindle also, so we're going to autograph a paper like this and send it to her so she can frame it or put it in her book.
So shout out to you, Kayla.
So shout out to you, Kayla. And
Mark D is here. Says hello, everyone.
who's
Mark D. He Balt
Free
sent
the
him
People?
over. We already, yeah, we got Free the People.
Free
Mark D. Scott is here.
All right, Mark D.
Papa's back.
Is that Papa and T-Dog?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Danny Workman says, I ordered your book.
Thank you, Danny. And I'm glad you're here for tonight's talk. Mark D.
Mark D says, I bought your book off Amazon. It's an amazing good book. I can't stop reading it.
Let me put that up because that's a
I like that.
great compliment. And we want to thank you for that, Mark, because
we sure do.
And if you get a chance, if you could leave a review on Amazon, that would also help us, and we appreciate it. And we're more than happy to share all that information with you.
Roger Blair is here.
Roger Blair, how are you doing? Hans Hazes? Hazes.
Pardon?
Hazes. Did you miss Hazes?
No, I'm not down there yet.
Oh, well, I'm too far. Roger Blair.
Danny will have the book by Thursday, and Balt told him about the book, and Balt also told Mark D. Thank you, Balt.
Wow. Wow, thank you.
Hazes is here.
Hazes. All right.
Kim Tagner says, good evening, everyone. Welcome to all the new people. Danny says, I've been tracking Bigfoot after my first encounter in 1975. Good.
All right, Danny. That book, do you have the book, Danny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be here Thursday.
Oh.
He's the one who'll get it Thursday.
Good. I can't wait till you open that book and just start reading it. Everything that you've been doing, and we've heard this a lot of times that people will tell us, that book fills in those gaps. It fills in just that little bit that you may have missed, and then it just takes off everything. All the information that you have all fits together.
Deborah Mueller added the book to her Amazon cart and will purchase it on Monday. Thank you, Deborah.
Oh, thank you, Deborah. And
of course, that's all right. We appreciate you. B. Moss, Bettina is here from Crypto Normal Encounters. Y'all check her channel out also. She came here.
B. Moss. Oh,
Darcy's here.
It? Oh, Crypto
Normal
Encounters. Okay, with Bettina Moss. Okay. Check her channel out.
Danny Workman says, it's a good thing you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. I'm trying to find, okay, I know where you're at now.
Darcy says, yes, they help a lot of people with little care to their own needs. God takes care of us, and y'all take care of us too.
Yeah, and Darcy, you know, we couldn't have.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That you helped us out that one time, right? We was in a Walmart parking lot, and she called and said, "Do y'all need anything?" We don't like to ask or anything, but we said, well, we could probably use just a little bit of gas money because we was doing some extra work, cutting some brush and everything, doing some extra work, trying to make money to go to another place to help out that had activity, and we knew we was running very short. And as God does, puts people in these paths before we get to that problem, so that problem is already handled when we get to there. And we appreciate you, Darcy, very much.
Oh, we sure do. Marquetta, hey Marquetta.
Marquetta, you know Marquetta, I got curious about you because everyone said good things about you, and you've always been a great person here.
Very encouraging,
and always supportive. So I got curious. I seen what you look like, and
look like a model.
Beautiful
woman.
I was thinking that.
And just it's strong. Great moderator.
Yeah.
Fantastic moderator.
Strong look.
We're very impressed with you in every way, Marquetta.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going slowly because I don't want to miss any of these new names that are coming in. Christy Crawford. Hi, Christy. Harper's here. Oh, see you, Harper.
Harper.
Christy also bought a book.
Now was this T-Dog and Papa that we're gonna try to meet this weekend, or was that Harper? But I know Harper's our new friend whatsoever.
I think it was T-Dog.
Okay, T-Dog, and I think if we get with Pyro, I believe we're gonna make it. We may be able to just come down for a little bit, just to see you and share a bag of popcorn or something.
And one of our trackers is down here for a bit, and we're hoping that he will be able to join us too.
So we may have an extra tracker with us. And if you watch that little clip at the beginning, when you meet him, when Hercules says, General, you'll understand when you see him. It's that was a great thing, great skit.
Let's see.
Marquetta.
Danny Wortman says, I am a sponsor of Vault and thinking about being a sponsor of this show also. Thank you, Danny. Free the People says, love the sofa.
Look at this. Papa and T-Dog. You missed that.
Did I? Well, this, okay, what'd I miss? Catch what I missed.
Papa and T-Dog said, I'd like to buy y'all a tank of gas.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, Papa. I said I scrolled past that, or I'm not to it. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, I'm not sure. I thought.
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
I did. I missed it.
And thank you. Hey, you know what? That will help us get right to. Now we have no excuse to not see you.
We actually have someone that's having a lot of trouble that we need to go see soon, and so.
Yep.
That's
and
awesome.
This will help us do that also.
It sure will.
And when we get to that thing, gee, that's in 2 days, isn't it? Starts Friday.
13th, I think.
We can't meet Friday
for this person. I think it's
for sure, but Saturday, because we have a tracker meeting Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. That usually goes to about 11, 12, depending on the things that we have to talk about. And Friday evening, we're going to be with Josh Turner on his Paranormal Roundtable show. We don't know the time, so everyone will please be ready for that. It's going to be very important. And plus, we're going to be doing a huge promotion of the new book.
Yeah.
And also his new books also.
His 2 books too.
These are Josh Turner's new books.
I just started this one, and man, is he a great writer. He's a great storyteller, and he's just as good with the written word.
And our book goes with Josh's books, and Josh's books go with our books. Our books are educational. We show you what to look for before, and it's very detailed. The things that our trackers need to know. It's a warrior handbook, but Josh's book tells you of the encounter of things that happen.
Worst case scenarios that, things we want you to avoid, so he doesn't have to tell so many stories. There's plenty for him to tell the rest of his life.
Yep.
But we want to avoid those horror stories.
And our book, if you read it before an encounter, you know exactly what to do
to avoid it.
And if you're having an encounter right now, you also will know what to do and how to do your deterrence and what you need to do after to help push these things away from you. But thank you, Papa and T-Dog. And there is a place that we do need to go see, so that will help us out. And we can make it out to where you're at. We'll just divide it up that way and use this much for that and this much for that. which we always do with people who help us in that way. We do appreciate you and thank you for that. And we will, the best and only time that we could probably be there is Saturday. So get with us on an email. You have our email, and we'll coordinate with you, and hopefully we can have a burger out there. There's also a Bigfoot store, but they're probably going to jack
great burgers. They'll probably be so packed.
They'll probably jack the prices up though. But
Lorna says, I live on a farm. I'm from Alberta, Canada. Beautiful up there. Christy says, I bought your book on Amazon as well, and it's an amazing book. Thank you. Thank you, Christy. If you would, please leave a review. Sly Dog, hello. Gives a thumbs up. Free the People says, sent a check on Monday for your book. Hopefully you'll get it tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Thank you, Free the People.
And actually, you're one of the people that we're going to do autograph tonight. On the air tonight, because we didn't get to on that night. We ran 5.5 hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get all the way through, but we knew that it was 5.5 hours and people were falling asleep watching the stream. But we did have a couple of viewers who stayed to the very end, which we do appreciate.
Lorna says, love my signing from you. We'll treasure it always. Good.
Oh, Lorna.
Junior's here. Hey, Junior. Patricia Harrington says, I have Josh's 2 books. I'm ordering your book for an early Christmas present for my husband. I post on my hubby's account. I tell everyone so there's no confusion. Thank you, Patricia, and he will love the book. Deborah Mueller says, that's kingdom living. He always provides for all our needs. That's right. And it's fun to watch because you just never know how it's a blast to live like that.
Mm-hmm.
Danny says, I have had Bigfoot encounters many times up close, like 10 feet. That's way too close, Danny.
Danny who?
Danny Wortman.
Danny.
Christy is in Tennessee.
We may have to
Sly
talk,
Dog
Danny.
is has family in Tennessee. Joyce Bicknell is a new Bicknell. Hi, Joyce. Hello, new viewer from Upper Michigan. Love the Lord. Love you. Read scripture and pray. Be blessed. Thank you. And
Right.
When we started doing that, we used to do it before the show, but when we started doing it on the show, the quality of the people that were joining just boosted up, and we will not go back to any other way of doing it. Danny says, if you ever get up to Nebraska by the Omaha Nation, you will have a place to stay and you will be welcome here. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Danny. I haven't been up that way when I used to take supplies to the Pine Ridge Reservation from the Mohawk Reservation. We did that a couple years back, and we still got to tell that story on Standing Feather Stories. If you have been with us for a while, or if you've just joined, we do have Standing Feather Stories, to where we share the journey of where all this information came from, and how all that information is in the book. Why we say we're the Bigfoot experts, why we have a team of experts now, and a few things of what we're going to be talking about also tonight.
Papa says he'll buy us lunch.
Hey, Papa.
Thank you, Papa.
That's going to be so funny. Papa. I hope we can use your other name. Or we might have to raise a couple of titles ourselves so that you can. So it sounds fair.
Kentucky Bigfoot's here. Tennessee's here. And we are all caught up.
Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot. So far. greatest family.
We have another verse, Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. All right, we'll start with our lesson.
Let me see.
And we're very glad y'all are here.
Also, these all the. I might have put something in here.
Scott says all the Patreon members are awesomely cool. We agree.
Mm-hmm.
Patricia Harrington says, if we ever make it to Asheville, North Carolina, we will certainly have a place to stay and lots of good home cooking. We love good home cooking.
Well, you know what? We're not gonna make it this year. It's already. We usually come down for the Cherokee Festival, and I usually play in the war games, or at least I'm on the sidelines with the older gentlemen. We kind of let those younger ones go at it right now, but if it looks like we need to get in there and help out, we'll do that. But lately, it's been that we want to have the younger ones get their experience in the war games and the traditions and the ceremonies. So we're mostly the teachers now, but if you watch the Choctaw War Games, I'm very active in 3 divisions, which is the 18 and up, 18 and 35, 35 to 50, and the seniors, not seniors, the legends of the game, the best of the age division we play in. And until this year, I think there was another Oklahoma player, but before that, I was the only Oklahoma player in that division for a while. But there's a new one now. I believe he's he played defense. I played shooter on that game, which I scored 2 points, 2 goals. I should have scored 6 to 8, but I missed.
He talks about that almost every day.
That many times. And those refs their eyes are not as good as they should be, because I know one skimmed it.
Free the People, and we appreciate that offer. Free the People says, as well as Missouri, if you're working in the area or need a place to land, home of Momo, would love the fellowship of like-minded Christians. Thank you. We're getting people from coast to coast.
Thank you. But when we do come that way, Asheville is also a place where we try to look for a hotel or something in that close area. We actually got to stay with a friend in that area last time, and that was great. That was with Ralph or George.
Mm-hmm. Blue Sky's here.
Hey, Blue Sky. I don't think about me.
Blue Sky wanting to get personal.
Uh-oh.
Yes. We try not to talk about anything personal. We want to keep it as trainers on here. But yeah.
And you can always message us or email us.
Yeah. Personal questions are offline.
Okay. So how are we doing on comments?
We're good. We're caught up.
Okay, tonight we also want to announce that we've chosen our war leader for our group. And this is Tracker C, and Tracker C should be here. But we also have a couple of monitors who are also here. I just got a dry throat, so. Now this Warchief position, it's a lifetime position, so even when we move into the political field, which I'll be running for council, this next district runoff or election, and then I'll be also running for the chief of the Choctaw Nation coming up. So this position still carries into that. So even when we go into the political field to help out and train more people, and to help the people in our area, you'll also be there. And some of the people that we've chosen also will be going with us and always staying with us. It will be lifetime positions that be people that we trust, like Tracker C, our new Warchief. And this also, you won't leave our side. And in council, you're in council responsibilities, either tribal, political, or any gathering or teaching such as this. You have full authority to interrupt even ourselves, to keep us on track. If we start going off, because this has happened many times in councils and tribal gatherings where the meetings happen, some leaders go off and tell a story which leads to something else, and they catch themselves. But the war chief, when they're there, they will say, let's stay on target, let's stay on track, and continue. And those are your responsibilities also. The decision that the councils have, because we are going to have our own councils, and this is also going to carry out when we go into the political field with the Choctaw Nation, that you will still be a part of our council. There will be another council with the tribe, but we will also have our own council. But you will, for those orders or for those requirements, if we need to call a meeting or gather people together, that would be your responsibility. We would have to you. And we're starting to have our disruptions. But that would be your responsibility to gather the spiritual warriors and the warriors alike, and to let them know when our meeting is. You would go to their house. Traditionally, if we was in the village and all together, you would go to their house with tobacco, hand them the tobacco, and let them know that a meeting has been called. That would be your responsibilities, or that is your responsibilities. Also, you keep the order of the room. You have the full authority in the room to kick anybody out of the room. And when you say something like, even here, you would, if you was to say, hold your questions until the end, and you would let them know what's going on, because if people show up late and they don't know the forum, they do tend to put questions in that doesn't pertain to the subject or the matter. So you would ask them to hold that question until the end. And if they didn't, if they still kept asking questions about something else, or trying to interact with another person who is here to try to learn or here learning, that you would delete them from the stream and block them because they're an interference. And you have other monitors who are also going to help you monitor, and they will give you the information if someone is disrupting or stopping the flow or trying to interfere with someone else. And then it would be your responsibility to delete that person and to block that person so that we don't have to read anything like that. It'll be blocked off of our screen, and we'll just continue with the teachings and the people who are here to learn. Also, if a spokesman is needed and our messenger, or as we would call it, a runner, to get a message to another person, another group, and it could even be here on Facebook, YouTube. If we needed to talk to another group or even another channel, it would be your responsibility to make that that time meet. That would be that is your responsibility. The world chief or the war chief has to know, as what you know, that we are in a spiritual and a physical war right now. And this is some of the qualifications, and I'm glad that you fit all these. And also, if we decide that we would like to have a war captain, which would be under your authority, you would also be the last person with the yes or no. You know, we could pick a person, everyone could pick a person or a couple of people that we would say, this group, we would like to have these people to assist you as a war captain. And it would be up to you to decide on the last if you wanted to have that person or if you didn't want to have that person. If you knew something about that person we didn't know, that is your decision and yours only. And they only get through that last part through the council first once we decide, but it's going to be passed around so that everyone has their say and everyone has their decision. You know, if one person says no, that means no. So you will have that last say on the yes or no. And you've been trained by the very best in the field. You know what you're doing, and we have complete trust in you. And it's an honor that you've joined us to do this, to accept this responsibility. And we have the highest expectations, as we all do, for each tracker, each lead tracker, our war captains, and our war chiefs. We all know this is not a game. We don't play here at this channel. We share the information that everyone needs right now. So tonight, we would like everyone to know that Tracker C is our war chief, the world war chief. And if Tracker C let you know to keep things on track, keep traffic going, keep on that path. Let's get through the information first. But if he wants to delete you and block you, he has that authority. And the other monitors will also be monitoring for any disturbances or even the interactions with other guests, because right now everyone is a guest. This is a tracker channel. It started out as a tracker channel. It still is. But more people wanted to know what we were doing. They were seeing the videos and they was wanting to learn how we do things. And we've also helped a lot of people who had activity, and the techniques that we've been using and sharing do work to deter, and they will save people's lives, of which they've already had. Again, the new book is out, 239 pages. If you see how really big and thick this is, the information that is in here, you're going to see that this book is well worth more than $25. And this is a serious subject for our teams. But we do want to welcome everybody tonight. We wanted to set everyone from this point on, because of what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're glad you're here. We want you to be here. We want you to learn with us as we share this information with you. But we're also going to be talking about a new group that we're going to be forming, because all the trackers that we have right now, they're so advanced. We got some trackers out on missions right now that they're the very best, and we know that. And if we're going to have one tracker come back after a mission and explain what happened, and you're just going to have to wait for that. We can't wait till they get back. They're the most experienced spiritual warriors that we could help assist on their path, and that's what we've been doing. But once you realize who these people are and what's going to happen, you'll understand that they are advanced. They're the strongest spiritual warriors that we know of. We called a meeting of spiritual warriors the other day, actually 2 days ago, and there was 5 people. I know there's a lot of people spiritual people. I know that, but these were the 5 people that we knew, just completely love God, and they just know that their words are heard. And we sent that meeting out because there's only about 4 or 5 of us there. Some had reception problems, but at the end, in which each person that we're going to be talking about also tonight, once you get to that point with us, we're going to have that same discussion that we had with one of our trackers that we helped. We only assisted on their journey, and now they have the information that they need to walk in the darkness as the light, safely and strongly and proudly. Now, while we are having this meeting tonight, this meeting gathering tonight is to announce that we are going to begin a new group of trackers. It's another breath of fresh air, is what we're saying. The trackers that we have now, they're so advanced that they don't need us anymore. They have their books, documentaries. They've been with us, studying with us for a long time. We're still going to have our tracker meetings with them, but they can walk. They got their own walk now. They have the information that we need to share to more, and that's why we're forming what we're calling is a book club. But this book club, we're thinking about every Monday night, but it's going to begin on October the 21st. Everything is done for a reason, and we'll get into the explanation of that in the class. It's like a new class, but it's a new group. Our other trackers, we need to, they're helping in other places. They're helping their neighbors. They're helping deter, they're getting people confirmation. They know what they're doing. So we're going to stay friends, but all we're saying is they don't need us anymore. There's people who do need this information. We had questions today. To us, these are basic, simple questions, but we realize how far back there's a lot of people who don't have the information that we have. So we decided to start over with a new group. So it's going to be on Patreon for the Patreon members. We're asking $20 each for the class. It's for 5 months. We want to have it every Monday. We know that however many people start is not going to finish, but stay with us as a Patreon member, because if you miss one class and you're not there for that one class, we will send you the link after the class is over. You can stay learning that way, but we're not going to have people coming in, coming out, or just when they feel like it, or if they oversleep. Or this is a very serious matter. So if you do miss one class, we're going to keep you in the background. You'll be able to see what we're doing. You'll be able to hear what we're doing, but you won't be able to intermingle. But we will send you the link after the class so you can watch if you overslept or something like that. But if you stop your Patreon payment, then we will also stop sending you the videos after the class, because we want you to understand this is a very serious matter. There's a lot of people giving you the wrong information. You don't have the answers that you need. And this game that the government's playing, these creatures are playing, we know it, but we don't play it. We give you the information that you need to help your family and your friends, your neighbors.
Catch up on these real quick.
Yes, we'll go ahead
Don't
and
get too far behind.
catch up, and then we'll do some more.
Okay, Cricket is here. Hey, Cricket.
How are you doing, Cricket?
Vault is here.
Hey, Vault. All right.
Oklahoma Adventures is here. Jose and Tanya.
Oh, wow. Hey, there's our Warchief. I'm glad you're here.
Tennessee got a hold of him.
Okay.
He's been having trouble with the internet. Cricket says Cricket has read some of the book. Cricket says, I have read some of the book you both recently published. Very, very interesting, worth every penny. Thank you. Be sure you put a review up.
Got it.
Vault says it's worth more, way more. Kim says, can't wait to read your book. Cricket says, I agree, Vault, but I'm glad it wasn't. LOL, I'm poor. Darcy says, Cricket, I'm so glad you bought the book, even with your financial situation. I'll be praying Papa God meet all your needs. Amen. Tracker C says, internet's been down, but it's back up now. Cricket says, yes, God does take care of him. Darcy says, hello, Warchief Tracker C.
Here we go. Everybody knows Tracker C.
Isla Wren is here. Is that also David Isla?
David?
I'm not sure. Isla Wren, is that a new name? Are you with David? Orlando Herrera, howdy. And okay, caught up again.
Oh, okay. And we'll do this periodically. Yeah. It's so dry.
Well, he takes a drink. We'll read another verse. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. We may repeat that a few times. And everything that we tell y'all, take it to the Lord in prayer. Everything that anyone tells you, search your word and pray about it.
Like we was talking about just a few moments ago, not all the trackers who started with us or joined up with us later reached this point of where we're at. There were some special forces people that were helping, some rangers that were helping. We've been interviewed by Army Rangers who were professional trackers, and they didn't know as much as what we knew. We helped them also. We still help them if they need information. We still give them information. And this is what you need to know also. Professional people, professional trackers, ex-military, all have learned something from this channel. And this is why we're starting a new group, not a new channel. It's going to be still with this channel. It's going to be private meetings once a week for 5 months.
Isla Wren is not with David, and they came over here from PRT, and welcome.
Oh, hey, great. Some of the people that we taught were very good. The Rangers, Special Forces, very good at what they do. They're tracking, man tracking. What we teach is a little bit different. And you'll find that in the book. And I may even have a couple of let me just put this one up for, I have more. I'm just going to put up one little thing.
Tonight is more an introduction to the next series of classes.
And this is part of the book, part of the table of contents. Those are things that we'll also be teaching, but like we said, a lot of people didn't make it up to this point with us. There's some trackers that we had to let go. There's some trackers that we have who are up and coming, or they're borderline with us right now on whether we're going to continue with education with them or not. They've stepped over a couple of lines for what our entire team has been doing. But we're coming to an understanding already, so we look forward to reconnecting with some of those individuals, and some people we're not going to reconnect with. They've made their choices, and we've made ours, and we don't let people decide on whether they're going to give information or stay with this other channel or flip-flop back and forth. We're going to make that decision for you and let you go that way while we continue this way.
And by that, we mean everybody needs to be on the same page in their faith and not doubting.
And we hope that everyone
is,
yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is to help everyone, especially the new ones, the new people. And we're getting a few people from other channels right now. We do those channels that we like. We welcome you. But where we're at right now is in like the mountain areas. You know, there's and I was raised here. I know these mountains, I know these woods, and it's, you know, the whole terrain. And the thing is, if I was to let myself stay in this area like a lot of people have, and great people, very, very nice and kind people in this area. But if I was to allow myself to only have the education that has been presented or given to people in this area, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. We wouldn't be as far as we are at this point in time. And this is what we're sharing. We're sharing all this information. And we want you to join us so that you have all the information and that you can help people in your area. There's, as we were talking about today, Lead Tracker, E and myself, we're talking about how people need to study to know something is wrong. And that was part of one of the verses also. But we have to study, we have to know information. And we can't let someone who doesn't know give us their opinion or give us their information. And you'll find that once we start this, and if you're in this new group, it's not a class. I don't want to use the word class, but we do give information that's like lessons and teachings, but it's a new group of new spiritual warriors, because that's what we're attaining for you. We're giving you the information that no one has given you. This book, I'm going to keep this since I don't have to keep reading it. And you will have to buy this book also for the group, because we're going to get into a lot of this, because you're going to have questions, and this gives you a head start. If you have Bigfoot questions, it's in here. Your answer's in here. There's answers to questions that most people have never even thought about asking. There's answers in here that will keep you safe while walking into the forest. Before you get to the forest, you're going to know what to expect. And if it's not there, great. But this book will let you know if there's danger present. 239 pages of but it looks thick, but a lot of people have read this in one setting. As soon as they got their book, they've read it all. There's been, I'd say, at least 5 people that we know of who has told us that they've read this book, but they'll also tell you that they've had to go back over it and go back over it and go back over it because of the information. And everyone who has read this will also say that they had to go over it and go over it, to, because there's just so much information in it.
For those that know Balt, with all his vast experience, he's on his 4th time of reading this book. And we appreciate that, Balt, very much. We have a lot of respect for you and for what you know, and that's an honor that you would read it so many times. He says he can't wait for number 5.
What?
He says he can't wait to read it number 5.
Oh. So.
But we're teaching y'all how to be physically and spiritually prepared for what's coming. What's here, but what's coming even more. Knowledge is power. That's exactly right. God's people perish for lack of knowledge.
And also the people who are already a Patreon member, this doesn't affect you. You can still either increase or decrease at your, whenever you want to, your discretion. And you can also be in the class with the Patreon membership that you have now, if you'd like to be. If you want to start over, with us, you can. And that's what the $20 is for, so that we can expand, because we're only limited to 10 people right now. But with more, we can add 50 people if we need to. And that will also help us with things that we have to do with it for other people.
As far as how many, like the package that will allow us to let people in the room, how many people we can allow in the room. Some of the things you'll learn from us in this book: bird language, mimicking, vocalizations, gestures, shadow language, translucent viewing, body's natural warning signs, tracking and reading signs, structures, ambush areas, and bows. Y'all excuse me, my mouth hurts today. Pull downs, blinds and hides, chutes, corrals, and funnels, drop and pops, land spikes, spikes, spears, and other weapons, road traps, bridges, embankments, and ravines, holes, tunnels, crevices, and caves, predator Bigfoot path, game trails, tree breaks, X's, rooms and walls, springbacks, tree line skirting, twist, the spiritual warrior's path, physical protection. And I'll read more out of these sections later. That's just a small portion of the table of contents.
Oh, that sounded good. Those are also in the book that we need you reading so that you catch up with us. We're also going to be going over that in the class or the group. But we're going to also start off with the first part of the Bible, Genesis. We're also going to be starting in the beginning with the legend of time. We're going to be teaching ancient symbols, and then we're going to start with the Fibonacci sequence, which is the creation sequence. We're going to teach about that and how to heal your body naturally with the energies of the world and the plants, the edible flowers, the herbs. It'll raise your pH level above 7.5. Your energy levels will increase, and your body will become a weapon against viruses and sicknesses and bacteria. We're going to teach you how to decipher hieroglyphs, read hieroglyphs, and know what they mean. So you'll be reading hieroglyphs before you know it. You'll know the symbols, so you could go to Egypt, you could go to the Temple of Maor, you could go to cave art, all the inscriptions, stone tablets, manuscripts. You'll know those symbols. You'll know through the legend of time a different sequence in time that not many people know about. It's a different history told through hieroglyphs, tribes of that time. So it's actual accounts. It's not a recollection. But you'll be learning to read even the Aztec Sunstone. We're going to be teaching that. A lot of people don't know that the very important information is not on the face of the Aztec Sunstone, but you have to turn the wheel sideways and look at the side of the Aztec Sunstone. That's where that information is for you. That information and learning the hieroglyphs, learning how to read the inscriptions, gives you correct information of history that you're not supposed to know. You're supposed to only know the history that they give you in the high schools and the junior highs and even the colleges. But there is more history out there than is shared. It's been kept from you. But once you know all this, you're going to know how everything works, how the Bigfoot came to be, how these predators came to be, where the shark came from, where the octopus, the alligator. But we're going to be teaching you a lot of things about the DNA also.
Teaching you about the spider squatch DNA, the connection between spiders and Bigfoot.
While you got other channels, and we're a tracking channel. Then when the other channels got you thinking a wolf or a dog, Wendigo, Chupacabra, all that, we're tracking them all. We know that DNA, we know what it is. You're going to learn that here also. We're going to be going over that. It's in the hieroglyphs. We're going to show you where it's at. We're going to show you how the protein of the spider, the spider's webs are used, even in the track and field. We're going to teach you how to track, what to look for, how to be safe out there. Hopefully, we're going to have a special guest on every now and then to teach a little bit about weapon training, professional weapon training, not just any person. But this person, I believe, also took third in the Olympics and weaponry. So we're going to see if that person will come on and then share that information with you. And also check out a couple of channels, Vault's channel, Josh Turner. You know, look at them and see what's going on. They got a lot of information.
We will teach you about Bigfoot rooms and walls, springbacks, tree line skirting, twists, ambush spots around your vehicle, in the woods, isolated areas, rural mailboxes, on or near bodies of water, seasonal considerations, why they matter, spiritual protection, the power of prayer, the full armor of God, the mind protection technique, indicators of threshold breaks and possible points of entry, and ways that demons and predator Bigfoots attain ascent through open thresholds. We give you a comprehensive list of openings. And we also will share with you different investigations and case studies from many states. And we'll talk about the Bigfoot documentary and illustrations of structures and signs. We just break it down for you so you know what you're looking at when you're out in the woods. We've talked to different hunters and people that we would say, is there any sign of Bigfoot out in your area? No. We say, well, have you seen this? Yeah. Have you seen this? Yeah. Have you seen this? Yeah. They were seeing all these things, but they just didn't know how they go together or what's going on. They didn't know what they're looking at. They're used to hunting for particular animals. They're not used to hunting for the Bigfoots, the predator Bigfoots, or the predator Bigfoot hybrids, and they all go together.
We're also going to be teaching you where to find your threshold that has been breached in your family, in your home, in your body. Some people have encounters just through their dreams. We're going to be teaching about dreams, what they are, how to not use them, but how to maneuver if you find yourself in a situation in the spiritual world. We're going to teach about that. We're going to teach about I don't know. We got quite a bit to teach. We're going to also be talking about demons and the spiritual warfare that we're all in, that a lot of people don't know that we're in. We're looking for quality people. We're looking for people who want to learn what we know. Our other trackers, we feel that they need to branch out. They need to build their own teams. They have this information. They know how to deter. I mean, we've got some trackers that They knew that the Bigfoots were coming back. They started their deterrence right away, and they got a hold of that real fast. And now the Bigfoots have either moved on or they're very cautious around these groups. But you'll learn all these techniques, what to do, what to look for, and what to do when you do find these things. We talk about the bows, like the things that we have behind us. We also talk about these weapons that they use. We show you what the weapons are. It's also in the book, weapons, spikes, that information, the dropping pops. And if whenever we have the interview with Josh Turner on Friday, Josh had said that he I'm getting comfortable. I started sinking down. let me get back up here. And also, I don't know if you can hear, but we got a little bit of thunder outside. And I should have my keys with me right now, but I don't.
I just beeped it.
Oh. And as you see, Lead Tracker E got up to go get the keys because of the thunder that just cracked. And if you don't know what we're talking about, thunder and lightning on the first page of the book, page 66, it talks about thunder and lightning, fog and dew. These are important things for you to understand and to know. And, you know, if Lead Tracker E has the opportunity, since we have thunder and lightning in the area, page 66, which she may not want to. And Judy, this is actually your book, and I don't want to bend it too much. But if Lead Tracker E would want to, she could read about thunder and lightning. It's about a page and a half, but no, she can't. She's busy.
You can read. You're a good reader.
I know, but who would want to hear me read?
Me.
She said me, of course. But I will read just a little bit, just for a little bit, just to let you know we're talking about something else. When we hear thunder and lightning, if you've been with our channel before, we talk about it right here, and we talk about the techniques and things like that on what to do. It's very important that you understand not all thunder and not all lightning are natural. Let's see, thunder and lightning. So get your book so we can have these discussions on this type of forum. If you're going to be a part of the new group, you need to get this book. It will be delivered in 2 days. If you order it on Amazon, it takes 2 days. It will be at your front door. It'll be in time for the October 21st beginning. There's always someone who has been taught that you can show up late, that you can be a day late, or you can do this late. We can't have that here because we're a team and we need everyone to be on the same page, to be on time so that you get all the information. And we always say this, and we have been saying this since we started the channel a long time ago. What makes a warrior a better warrior than another warrior? And I'm sure only our tracking group or someone who's been with us for a while can answer that. It's very easy. What makes a warrior a better warrior than another warrior? Knowledge. That's what makes a better warrior. That makes If there's just a warrior there, but when you got a spiritual warrior, that spiritual warrior knows everything. They know about the spiritual war. They know about even how the Bigfoots don't just want, and the predator Bigfoot hybrids also. Because the hybrids and the DNA, we talk about that here. You'll get that information also that nobody else has, but you'll have it and you'll understand it. Well, let me just read just a little bit, and then we'll do a couple of more comments and catch up again, and then we'll talk a little bit more. And since we have thunder right now, well, I haven't heard any sharp pop as a lightning strike. All we're hearing is thunder right now. These keys are a big reason why they're here.
And that will make sense to you once you go through the classes. And we'll continue to have the online lessons too. They just won't be as intensive and as fast paced.
Yeah. Thunder and lightning, page 66. Thunder and lightning are the names of the predator Bigfoot hunting groups that are only allowed to kill and hunt during thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, and times of flooding. This troop must be restrained at all times. Prey and other foods are brought to these troops to keep them satisfied until their time to kill. They are released only when the clouds form and the rains begin. These predator hunting troops make the loud sounds of thunder and lightning strikes. They cause the land to tremble by stomping their feet. When the storm increases, these predator troops will come to homes and shake the foundations to make people break their thresholds and run to shelters. Now that information is very important. There's many people who do not know that these Bigfoots, that these predator Bigfoots, if their house is shaking, you'll see the roof shake. It'll look like the windows are going to break, but these are huge Bigfoots shaking the sides of the house, trying to get that meal to come out of that lunchbox. They're trying to get you to break and run to a threshold, to break your threshold, to run to safety, as what you have been trained through society to do. But to a Bigfoot, to a predator Bigfoot, who is also an energy predator, if you break your threshold, you have no faith in God. You have no faith in Jesus. You have no faith that you're going to be okay, that you're going to have the comfort and the security of God surround you. This thunderstorm that's happening right now, we're also beeping the horn, and it may be in here. It is in here.
Natural thunder and lightning do exist, but we're talking about a separate kind of thunder and lightning.
And you'll know when the thunder is above you. You can feel it up there. When the lightning strikes, you can feel that up there. But when you feel the rumble and everything ground level, down lower, and you can feel that if you're outside, you can feel like that was a ground level thunder. Those are the predator groups. Now also on page 66, thunder and lightning, I'm going to read another part of the paragraph which has to do with what we just did.
And our trackers have used this as well.
Our trackers have
To
used
good
this.
effect.
And it's worked there also. And it works every time, because not every thunderstorm is a real thunderstorm or a real lightning storm. Of course, you're going to have flashes up there, but the predator Bigfoot here will use that flash. It could be a little flash that with no sound, but these predator Bigfoots would make a long sound. And you know the sound of a regular strike is quick and it's a pop, it will carry, but a predator Bigfoot will use that to make it last longer, because there's one over here, there's one over there, and you'll hear it and you'll feel it move, because they're striking here, they're continuing that sound. Now on page 66 of the Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path book, page 66, at the very bottom, it says, to deter these predator Bigfoot groups, an alarm is to be made. I don't want to bend your book, Judy. An alarm is to be made for storms. One can use a car alarm button. Okay, it says one can use a car alarm button, a bell with a string, or anything that signifies attention to the sound of thunder and lightning, to inform the predator Bigfoot groups in the area that the homeowner is aware that the sounds and trembles are caused by the predators. When a person hears the thunder and lightning sounds coming from the ground, not the sky, wait for the thunder and lightning sound to quieten down, and then make the sound, or then make the alarm sound. Do not use a pattern when ringing the alarm. Sound the alarm in a sporadic pattern of numbers. This will deter the predators, but the predator troops will return with the next storm to test and attempt to gain access. Use this technique the first 3 storms, but on the 4th storm, if possible, shoot a shotgun or handgun with every false or suspected false thunder and lightning sound. The predators will move away from the home or people from the fear of exposure and will soon go around your home. Predator Bigfoots and hybrids have the fear of exposure, the fear of starvation, and the fear of losing their prey, just as a spider does. We encourage readers to study the book of Enoch for additional information on these truths. Pray for discernment. And that's what we're doing right now. We use our own techniques. We know they work. These are things that we're going to be teaching in the new group, to the new group. We want you to be advanced as our trackers are now. They're going to be out teaching new groups. But this new group, you're also going to have guidance of our other trackers. And once we feel that you're ready to come into the group, with the permission of the entire group, because we're going to have it to where they make sure that there's a clarity, that we have a like mind, and that we all trust God and love God, and that we're going to move in that direction. We're not going to, as one of our spiritual warriors has said, we're not going back to the filth. Everyone has that area. Everyone's done wrong towards God, but we've all turned around and we're going in the right direction.
Got to keep moving forward.
And we're going to stay moving forward. Mm-hmm. But we're not going back to the filth either. None of us, none of our tracking team. What we're going to do is build a new group so that you have the understandings from the beginning. There's been some streams that we've been on to where we didn't have time to do the comments, and our trackers had answered all those questions. And like we said in the forum beginning, that we will answer those questions at the end of the evening, but we will tonight be going periodically to the comments to catch up, and then we'll talk a little bit more of where we're at and what we're doing.
I just want to interrupt. Jazzy's in here, and she only has a minute. She says, I've quietly been listening. It's just 15 minutes before I go to bed, but I've been learning. Good night. We're glad you're here. We were talking about you this morning. We're glad you're here, and sleep well.
Sleep well, Jazz. Let me get I'm way back.
We have questions in here about a dream in the chat, and that's also a section of the book. We talk about dreams.
I asked Esla Wren. He said that he had
Isla, I think.
Isla. I see this on the PRT channel, Paranormal Roundtable. Mm-hmm. If you missed us with Vault, we was on with Vault also. Oh. The first book, I would start with the first book, Vault. But whenever you're reading the book, every sentence is like another person or another being. And that's how we decipher it. When they're talking about righteous and faith and truth, and those are all different names of different beings. But that's also in the book of Enoch. The Harper here says, a house divided cannot stand. You are correct.
Here's an excerpt from the book on dew. Here's an example. A dew Bigfoot, D-E-W, is one that remains outdoors hunting until early morning light. Their color and sparkling hair makes it easy to blend in. This is one reason for keeping your animal companions and livestock well secured overnight. You will find them approaching from the east with the glare of the sun behind them. Fog, also known as predator cloud spirits, hide and use the fog they created by increased heat from their large, grotesque bodies, cause a fog in cooler weather to hunt during the fog. These predators work when it is naturally foggy and add to the fog themselves. So there is the natural fog, but there's also their manner of cloaking themselves. Be aware that not all fog is natural. Think of football players on a field in certain conditions when their body heat creates a fog, or when a person has a hot flash and steams up their own eyeglasses. Be aware of stringy fog, lingering fog, or fog that comes up suddenly and feels unnatural or moves directly towards you, your home or your camp. Fog that suddenly surrounds your vehicle. Fog that takes on the shape of silhouettes. These are all the types of things that you'll learn.
And thank you, Sir Cluffington the third. He gave us a $2.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. And all that is
And D-Worm is here. Hey, D-Worm.
where's D-Worm? Where's
I think
D-Worm?
Vault had to, yeah, Vault had to leave.
Oh, okay.
Life's Adventure says 90% primate, 10% human, which is the same as human. So why can't we admit that these are creatures that are human but live in the woods? They're not 90%
Yeah.
primate,
I'll be
though.
right back. I'll be right back.
They're a mix of many types of DNA. If one did have a ton of primate in it, it would be because it had been consuming and breeding with primates. I'll read a small section out of, this is in the section on translucent viewing. I'm just going to pick a random paragraph out of here. Some turn to illegal drugs, pharmaceuticals, or drink alcohol to block out or stop the nightmares and trauma from what they've seen or experienced. Many, and we dare say most, are mocked, patronized, or ridiculed by family, friends, strangers, or authorities that are ignorant or hired to hide the truth of the predator Bigfoots and the predator Bigfoot hybrids. These same people will ridicule until they themselves experience it. Pray for the people who have been traumatized because they were not equipped with the truth or the means to protect themselves. They were not taught to understand what's going on around them. Most have been told that there are no such things as monsters and cannot handle the shock when they themselves find out that it is a lie. We find it especially puzzling when Bible believers dismiss or refuse to acknowledge the presence of the supernatural, the cryptids, giants, chimera, and the paranormal, as the Holy Bible is filled with such stories and teaches us how to address these issues.
Let me see what I didn't see.
Jim says when you are reading glyphs, you have to forget everything you know about the American alphabet or the alphabet. It's, can you scroll up a little?
Okay.
It's learning to read pictures, right? And a lot of people don't even know about the original Coptic Bible.
Yeah. But also, in here in the book, it also talks about the Legend of Tom. And with this book and the first story, The Legend of Tom, it's a key. It'll help you decipher all the hieroglyphs. And it's an important book, and just that alone will teach you how to read hieroglyphs, and because you'll know the story and you'll see the configurations in the hieroglyphs and how they work. But also, we're going to be going over that. We're going to be teaching how to read hieroglyphs, which directions they go and what they mean. But we also have to start at the beginning, and that's what we're doing with our new group. And that is for people who want to become a Patreon member. We're asking $20 for that. We're going to start that class or that group. I hate saying the word class, but it seems to be that way. But the new group of experienced experts in this field, we're going to be teaching the hieroglyphs, Fibonacci sequence. We're going to be going over the first part of the Bible. So we're going to begin at the beginning of that, beginning of all these beginnings. There's a lot of beginnings, but they all work together.
And there's so many stories throughout the whole world that they're using different words for things that are in the Bible. And we'll show you how those things match up.
Now, just because that predator is using our DNA and getting that DNA through our blood, through our flesh, through the semen of a man or the breast milk of a woman, the excretions of DNA, but you can get it through the blood. that it's going to have a percentage of human DNA because it ingested it, or it has been, it is an offspring of whatever created it or whatever formed it. I'm not going to say creation. Whatever formed it for that configuration had eaten a person.
The original predator has the ability to mutate like that.
It's not human. It's not a person. It's not mankind. Well, actually, it is mankind. It's kind of like man, but it's not. It's kind of like man-like, but it's not. It's like man, but it's not. You'll understand that if you come to the class, if you get into the class or the group. We're going to start at the beginning. We're going to give you all the history, the origins, the DNA, what the DNA is. But if you don't be a part of this, the new group, we're still going to have those same questions. You're still going to think there's some kind of man part in there. And you won't understand that it's only through eating us do those samples come up. But we've been teaching for a while, and if you don't agree with it, you know, that's great too. But let's not put your opinion in our stream. It's great. We could come to your channel, and if you want to put your opinions there, we'll come there and watch and not interact, but watch what kind of responses you get. But all we can ask is not put that here because we're teaching different information than what you might have, or different information than what you might have. But we will, in that new group, start at the beginning. We're going to go over, like we said, the origins, the DNA, the mixture of the DNA, how it came to be, what it was before it came to be more man-like, the ancient history, the ancient stories, so that everyone has an understanding of what it is today and how it came to be.
And this is also why we tell you in every stream, take it back to the Lord in prayer, take it back to the Bible yourself. We're not responsible for you're double checking things. It's each one of our responsibilities to check ourselves. So we always encourage you to do that.
And with this much information, if you bring this much information to the table, we'd love to sit down with you and talk with you, because you understand what we understand and what we know. Those are the people we converse with. Our trackers have this information. Some other people can have this information. You've just resisted for some reason and kept on your own path, which is good. A lot of paths are good, but you're not on the same path we're on.
As far as Predator Bigfoot and what to expect from them and how they tie in with the demons. Lisa Lou's here.
Lisa Lou, happy birthday.
Happy leveling up day, Lisa.
Leveling up day, we're going to say. We're glad you're here. We're always glad to hear from you.
Bye, Tennessee. They got to go.
Okay, Tennessee.
What was I going to say? Marquetta says, wow, I've seen that about the fog. It all makes sense. Yes, it does. It's creepy. I call it a lingering fog. Cricket says the fog part freaked me out. Yes, if you think it's just another form of camouflage.
Yeah.
And the storms, they're just a way to cause destruction and create blinds under the camouflage of storms. And people don't notice. There'll be a new blind in their yard and they go, oh, the storm just did that, and they ignore it and leave it there. When in reality, some of those are created by the predator Bigfoots who work in the storms. Christy Crawford says, okay, no problem. What time on Monday for the first lesson?
We're going to get with everybody before we get that time.
It may be 10.
But it's on.
Tentatively 10.
Yeah, we want to get with everybody to make sure it's a good time for everybody, and that's how we
Well,
get our groups together.
There's no way we can accommodate everyone because it'll never end. Everybody's going to have something different every week, but we'll get as close as we can. And the lessons will be recorded too. Lisa Lou says, thank you, Jerry and E.
Hey, Frank, or did we do this one a while ago?
Did I miss one? Frank, oh, that's Patricia.
Oh.
I'm afraid of the fog, yeah.
And thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for
Patricia.
that. Thank you very much for that. Ready? Read more.
Yes, that's $20 a month for
I answered.
Oh, okay. And that's just so that we get the live stream up, and if we have to go somewhere, and we can do live streams out in the field. And that's also something because you're going to get when we're out in the field, when we go live, sometimes we're not going to go just live here. It's going to be a private live of what we're doing and what we're doing. But you're going to be with us on those tracks also in this group, not a class, but in this group. But that also begins October 21st, and you'll understand why we're doing certain things and at certain times. But we're gonna start from the beginning. It's gonna be fun for us because we get to go over and refresh.
Yeah.
And it's always fun showing people the symbols and how they work and how to read them, so that when you come up to, I've had tribal chiefs ask me to decipher some stones for them. I did that. They didn't like the message. They reburied it. But we can read these hieroglyphs, and we have been sharing this information for a while. If you've been with the channel for a while, you understand that we always start this way. And this is not the first time we started over. This is the first time that we're starting over with a complete group. So we're only going to focus on you and giving you the information. On these streams here, we're going to have interviews and open talks, sometimes Q&As and things like that. But in that group, you're getting
more one-on-one.
One-on-one, you're getting an education so that you know exactly what we know.
Before we forget, we got a package today with charger in it from Emerald Pass Drive in El Paso. There was no note or anything. We don't know who that's from. We thank you. We thank you. We just want to find out who it's from before we actually plug any of our things into it, because things have been so weird lately and we just don't even know who we can trust. We don't want it, there's some weird things that happen to us in this line of work. And so if you're in the chat and you sent this, we would love to know who you are. If it was sent with good intentions, we certainly thank you, and we hope that we can find that out.
Yeah. Also, again, the new book is on Amazon, and it's very important that you get that book, especially if you're going to be with our channel, especially if you're new, a new subscriber. And we're not having every subscriber. There's some that have been kind of like red flagged with us, and we have deleted a couple of people. So not everyone is going to be able to obtain this information. But whoever joins this new group on October the 21st, we're going to be a tight group. We're going to only be conversing with you and sharing this information with you. And we're going to continue what we're doing and what we're teaching. And we'll have these streams up periodically for everyone to catch up on what we're doing, but you're going to get more of the hands-on, one-on-one Q&A. We're going to explain more. But the people who don't make the effort and who still want to be with the class, if you miss one time, we're going to keep you in the background. You can stay there. And even if you want to quit after that because of you not showing up on time, there's no hard feelings there. But we're going to continue without you. But if you do stay with the, because people do get upset whenever they're cut off, you will still get the lesson after we're through. We will still send you that link so you stay up with what we're talking about. You'll hear the other group members asking whatever questions they need answered. It may be the same question that you need answered, but you won't have that one-on-one stop. Hey, let's understand this. Make sure you'll only receive if you miss on your own. If you miss on your own and put yourself in this situation by yourself, not because of us, because we're setting the rules here, that if you do miss at one time, you will still receive all the information, all the streams of the class. You will still get all that education, all the information. But if you do get upset with that because of what you did, of not being on time and being in attendance, that if you do want to stop that Patreon, it does carry all the way to the end of that month. We're still going to give you the information all the way to the end of that month. But if you decide that you don't want to proceed with that, there's still no hard feelings. And we don't want to cause any hard feelings because you did not make it to class, and we don't want that to fall on us. That's why we're telling you right now, if you can't make that class, don't even get in it. But if you want this information and know exactly what we know and be advanced and be able to write your own books if you want to on any of the subjects, you can help people, correct people. We appreciate you spending this time with us and giving us your time as the same as what we're doing. We're giving you our time.
And we do have hundreds of videos on the channel and also on the Lead Tracker E channel. We're starting to build that up as just a backup channel. Hundreds of videos there covering all the things that are in this course. Some have been disappearing. People have been going back to look for them, but they're gone. But covering all of these subjects, so you can go the long way that way and just start back at the beginning or jump in anywhere. But I would like to read a section out of Appearance, in the Appearance section of the book, Introduction to the Predator Bigfoot. The cosmic predator spider's DNA, over time and with the ingestion of other life forms, began to lay the first eggs of a multitude of mixed DNA spider predators: the serpent, the land animals, birds, fish, and man. The first predator Bigfoot form was that of a black spider-haired crawling man-like form that had a bite like fire and is a cannibal. This crawling man-like form was disfigured, but with the ingestion of more and more of man's DNA, the predator began to take on a more man-like look. The predator is a physical creature using the spirituality of man's DNA to stand erect through uniformity and cohesion. It seeks to consume every cosmic spiritual animal and man on earth. And they stand almost erect, but not erect like a true man. That's just one section out of the
What's that one
5
we
pages
said we
on
wrote
this
this
section.
book for?
Pardon?
The people that we wrote this book for.
What was that in?
We also want to read off this one part of, it's a little section.
Okay. We developed this book for the people who have no help, for those who have no one to believe them about what they have seen or heard. This book is for people with the concern that there is something unnatural out in the forest. It was written for the people who are ridiculed or scoffed at and not taken seriously by family members, friends, strangers, counselors, or law enforcement. It is written for those of you who begin to doubt yourselves when you know that you know what you saw, heard, or experienced. In these pages, you'll read about Predator Bigfoot and Predator Bigfoot hybrid origins through the Choctaw Tale legend of time. You'll learn about its appearance, habits, diet, communication, social structure, tool and weapon use, abilities, purpose, and how to deter the beasts of the fields from your family and home. The Spiritual Warrior's Path will teach you to identify Predator Bigfoot activity in your surroundings. You'll learn about bird language, shadow language, mimicking and vocalizations, and how to recognize structures created by these predators in the natural world. We share techniques to protect yourself, your loved ones, your animal companions, and your livestock. We teach you how to keep yourself and others safe in your home and on your property, in your vehicle and on the road, at your place of employment, in the woods or isolated places, on or near bodies of water, and through the various seasons. We address the spiritual aspects of the warrior's path. We share with you the importance of faith and the power of prayer, putting on the full armor of God and never taking it off, and how to use the mind protection technique to safeguard your mind and spirit. We include information to help you identify spiritual breaches and how to repair and restore those thresholds. We wrap up with a full array of educational resources, including links to our documentary, social media, and YouTube channels. You'll find hand-drawn illustrations which will help you identify many of the structures mentioned. Our knowledge has saved lives. Reading and applying what you learn in this book will save more.
And that's also one thing too. Once you start reading, you could just flip that page or flip that page or flip that page or flip that page. We've had a lot of people tell us that too. Even if they just open a book, some people just open a book just to see. They said they just start reading and start reading and start reading, flip and start reading and start reading.
Good night, Darcy.
It's one of those books. It's one of those books.
Deborah Mueller says, so is there an ability to audit the class? So there is an ability to audit the class if you're not able to attend the lives. Yes, there will be a recording sent out.
Yeah.
Short of any kind of technical error that we don't foresee, yes, you will receive a recording. You just won't be able to interact and ask the one-on-one questions because we may not have time to answer outside of class.
Yeah. We got a problem going on. Got a problem going on.
What are you talking about? Patricia Harrington says, I was so engrossed in watching and listening to you two wonderful people, I burned my peach cobbler.
That's a problem.
Oh, well, that's awful. We love peach cobbler.
That's a problem.
We hurt for you. We hurt for you. That's a shame.
Oh, I wish we had some peach cobbler. Now I want some peach cobbler.
And thank you for the kind words.
So I think we're good for tonight. We wanted to come on and let everyone know of the new class that we're going to be beginning on October the 21st.
Yeah, this is not really a normal live stream night for us. This is just an extra.
Yeah. And Friday night we will be on with Josh Turner.
Excited about that. Great guy. And again, go to Paranormal Encounters. Paranormal Roundtable.
Paranormal Roundtable.
And these are Josh's books.
Josh Turner's new books.
Such a great writer.
And I believe Barton Dunley helped with the Bigfoot book. Also, if not both, I'm not sure, but I believe he helped out with those. So very soon we're going to start the class. We want everybody to know what we're doing, what to expect, and what we expect also, so there's no misunderstanding. We don't want anyone to feel bad if they can't make every one of them. We will keep sending you the classes afterwards if you do miss, but we're going to keep you in the background because there's going to be the ones who make every class. Those are the ones that no matter what, they're going to be there. They're going to find a way to stay in with the the interaction. We hope everyone does. We hope that once we get started, especially when we get like, is that a sticker? It sure is. Lisa Lou.
Thank you, Lisa Lou.
Oh, goodness.
Darcy already had to head out. Charles, thank you. Thank you very much. Warchief.
Wow, all of y'all. Thank y'all so much. And that is
Christy Crawford says, yes, I literally couldn't stop reading it. It is such an amazing and needed book for educating people about the truth. Thank you, Christy. We appreciate that.
yeah, we've had a lot of people tell us once they started, and then some people read it cover to cover their first setting. We understand not everybody could do that, but
Deborah says, well, Charles wanted some of that peach cobbler too.
I can't
And
see that.
Deborah says, we'll see you there. Thank you both so much. Praying God's abundant blessings for you. Thank you. We appreciate that. Bernice is here. I sure hope your son's doing well. You'll pray for Bernice's son.
Right.
Good to hear from you. Where else are we?
I think that's it, right?
I think that wraps it up. Thank you for everyone that showed up on short notice like you did.
And the big thing was that we had this as public, but was like, well, there's no responses that we looked, and YouTube had actually put this as private. So we had to get back into the system and make it public again.
So it was public on Patreon, but in YouTube it showed private, and it wasn't supposed to be. So that's why it was a little bit short notice, and we really appreciate you.
Everyone who could make it, we sure appreciate you.
So Friday night,
Josh Turner.
Friday morning, we'll see our regular
Tracking team meeting.
Tracking team.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all Friday for the meeting. Friday night with Paranormal Roundtable. We have some tracking to do this weekend. And then Monday.
Yeah, we do.
What is Monday? Monday's the first lesson. The new team.
The 21st.
Oh, okay.
Now, the 21st may not be on a Monday.
We'll figure it out.
But that's the day we're starting. And we'll get to that reasoning why.
We'll put up announcements.
Let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to close up. But we're going to play this video for you, and then we'll end. After that, we're going to close with a prayer. And then we're going to play this video for you. But we're going to end it right after that. We hope there's as many of you as possible. And if you're from other channels, we would recommend maybe talking to your channel leader and ask them if they could be, that you could be like their student for their channel. But we would like to have other channels or the channel host also join us so that you get the information and that we all get on the same page and we can all move forward together. Once we don't butt heads and once we're on the same level, then we understand each other and we can move forward that way. But until we get to that same level, the same information, that we're always going to have, someone's always going to have an opinion that's hearsay, or they're going to say maybe, or could be, or it could be, and if you got those kind of questions, then please get yourself this book. It's on Amazon, Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior's Path, $25. We just get a percentage of that, but it's a very important book. And to progress and to go with us, you need this book so that you understand what we're talking about. Because we may be talking, just like today, if we talked about thunder and lightning, if you weren't here to hear what we read about it or seeing that we were using these techniques, that you won't understand what we're talking about. So we recommend that you do get the book, especially if you're going to be with our channel, so that when we do talk about certain things, you know exactly what we're talking about. And our trackers will be able to help you also if you need any questions answered until you get your book. But once you get your book, your answers are right here. Uh, there's reviews, there's people who's already read it, and they can attest that the information is here. And here is like no other book that's ever been put out on this subject. It will help you with situations right now, before things happen, or after.
We will also teach y'all what to do if you've already engaged in mind speak and opened up communication, which all these Bigfoot shows encourage you to do. And the vast majority of the Bigfoot researchers and groups out there, we teach you how to undo that damage.
Mm.
I'm going to read 2 of the paragraphs out of here. There's a lot of space in between them, but these are 2 good paragraphs. Pray for the Holy Spirit, and this is under the section of the full armor of God. Pray for the Holy Spirit to reveal to you where you have willingly or unwillingly, wittingly or unwittingly, granted access to the entities. Take responsibility for it and thank God for revealing it to you, because once you have confessed your responsibility or role in the matter to yourself and to God, the demon cannot bring it back up to cause doubt or to judge you or to have rights to you unless you do it again. The very last paragraph in this section: keep a happy, healthy home. Don't yell at or be sarcastic with each other. If a family member begins to isolate, find out why. Everyone needs personal space, but everyone needs interaction as well. Play worship music even when you are not at home. Keep that energy of peace and prayer going. Play it in rooms where you are not, while you are sleeping, and down very low while you are sleeping. Fill the void with song and praise for God. Sing hymns if you get scared or anxious, and teach your children to do the same. Keep an attitude of gratefulness in all circumstances. All these things matter. Joy and love are deterrents to all forms of predators.
So you're going to learn how we walk with God also, and what we expect of our group. It's not one of the groups to where like even in college you could miss classes and things like that. But here we need you to listen, to learn everything that we know, so that you can be the expert that people will say there are no such things. You'll get the information, you'll understand everything, you'll be able to read hieroglyphs. You won't have opinions, you won't have guesses, and we don't even entertain guesses. If we don't know something for a fact, we don't even entertain giving you an opinion or a suggestion or I heard this. We don't do that. We're not going to say,
We won't hear a whole lot of could be, possibly, maybe, might be with us.
You won't hear any of that at all. We're only going to give you the facts.
Couple more verses. Psalms 18:39. You have girded me with strength for battle. You have subdued under me those who rose up against me. And Psalm 144:1. Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for battle, my fingers for war. Psalm 144:1. And the last one, Psalm 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and I am helped. And sometimes that help comes through other people.
And that's what we're talking about. Get your full armor of God. We're going to show you. We're going to, once you understand what we're doing, we're preparing you. You're sharing time with us. We're sharing time with you. And in this little time that we have, we're going to give you as much information as we could possibly give you in the time that we have.
The best we've got. We're not going to pull anybody along kicking and screaming and where we have to argue about everything that we've said. We won't keep those members in.
We're not going to baby anybody.
Like that. If it's not for you, it's not for you. We're not going to beg anybody to be here.
And even if some things, because some things are going to conflict with the truth that you know, expect Expect that conflict, but also listen to the information. We die from lack of knowledge, so let's learn what we know. Let that conflict happen. It's going to happen. Let the conflict happen. Your reasoning will configure. It will start it, and your own truth is going to fight in your mind. It's going to fight all the information
Your programming
that we're giving you. It's going to fight all the way, but just let it, just listen. And if you listen to it, it's going to open up and say, hey, that makes sense.
we get
Or
that a lot.
or that
Filled in blanks.
there's I think another person. Lorna, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for that, Lorna.
And y'all don't know how much we appreciate this because it helps
Truly
us.
we do.
It helps us get to where we need to be without having to worry about, do we got enough gas to get there? Do we got enough food to last us? The car needs an oil change. Those things we need to take care of so we can just get and go.
Get to places to help them when they're dealing with these predators.
Yeah, yeah.
Deborah says, we'll see you there. Thank you both so much. Praying God's abundant blessings over you. Bernice says she still watches the channel. Good, good, good. Bernice is a heck of a tracker. Lisa Lou says, good night, y'all. Love and hugs to everyone. And says, so nap time Friday with time zones. Some more good nights. Deborah Mueller says the 21st is a Saturday, so it would be easy for her to be there.
Okay. And see, Monday is still up in the air, but we're going to get together on who's going to be joining us.
Because we want to have a full class also.
Yeah.
And we want to have time to have a full class and for people to get the book.
So Saturday may be that day that we can all get together, but we also have to factor in that we still track and we still help a lot of people. So
sometimes we have emergencies that we need to go to.
And sometimes we have emergencies.
Bernice says, good night, everyone. She has a very early morning.
Okay.
Danny says it took him 48 years to talk about Bigfoot. Yeah, we get it, Danny. We hear you. But once you do that first time, it gets a little bit easier every time. Tracker C will attest to that.
Oh, okay. We're up here. Okay.
Marquetta says, I listened to a 10-hour of Psalm while sleeping. Good, Marquetta. And it may be Marquetta. She told us last time. Either way's pretty. I'll just switch every other way. Yeah, there we go. Tracker C says, Danny, it took me 47 years to finally tell someone about my encounter in 1974. That's right. Danny says, I came up on 3 of them 10 feet from me.
Ooh.
Lisa Lou says, Charles, I'm proud of you too. Y'all talking about it is good medicine for all of us. She also says, Danny, I would have fainted. You're braver than you think. Warchief Tracker C says, I had a 12 to 13 foot Bigfoot come up to 5 feet behind me while fishing in southeastern Oklahoma. He literally hooked it with his fishing rod. Danny says he knew what to do. The big one was over 10 feet tall. Joyce says, John 8:32, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. That's right. Danny says, War Chief, some a person never forget. That's right. Red Wolf, hey, Red Wolf.
Hey,
says,
Red Wolf.
Chief Jerry, from the Bible being that you're Cherokee, from my understanding, you are from the tribe of Reuben, or are you the tribe of Gad?
Okay, Red Wolf.
He's not Cherokee.
And you sound very fishy to me, Red Wolf. Why would you have the name Red Wolf and talk about Hebrews? What tribe are you, Red Wolf?
Jerry is Choctaw.
I'm Choctaw, actually.
And Lisa Lou says that's unreal.
But we're glad you knew what to do, Danny.
I'm glad you're talking about it.
Yes. And also, I believe you ordered the book, or it should be there. And I'm thinking once you get that book, let us know, and we wouldn't mind signing an autograph for you. Yeah.
Right.
And is Free the People still here?
Let me go.
Are you still
Free
here?
the People, are you still in the room? We'll do that real quick.
We want to
before
do
we
your
wrap it up.
book signing for you. We'll make sure you're here.
Right here.
We just want to make sure you're here before we do this, and of course we'll have other streams, but we just want to make sure you're here. So yeah, even for Red Wolf, I don't know where you're getting the information, but it's wrong information. If you can tell me how you came to this conclusion, that'll help us out. And also tell us what tribe you're from and where you're at. I just know a lot of people in a lot of areas. Free the People is still here. Great. We're signing your book as we speak now.
Red Wolf says, well, Free the People says favorite biblical verse would be awesome. Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Matter of fact, earlier today I said I know what one I was going to put.
Oh, okay.
I got to go get it.
Now on Free the People, who was it?
Right here.
Then.
Do you want us to put your actual name?
Do you want us to put your actual name?
Or do you want us to put Free the People, or just no name at all?
Or why don't we just sign it the way we're going to sign it, and we'll put your name on after?
Yeah, we won't do it here live.
Yeah.
We'll add that. Red Wolf says, sorry, brother, it's my nickname, my red beard. Warchief. Oh, okay. Red Wolf says, Warchief says, Red Wolf, are you the truck driver from Vault's channel? Red Wolf says, I'm a redhead. Yes, Vault. Ask Vault about me. Sorry, I misspoke on your tribe. Yes, I am. He came from Vault's channel. And ex-truck driver. Probably has a lot of Bigfoot stories from the road.
The reason you kind of got a red flag is because you just showed up into the room, and we went over that we're going to be discussing and answering the questions on the topics. So whenever you came in, was talking about something else. Our Warchief should have caught you at the door and said, stay on topic, stay on the subject matter of what we're talking about. And if you didn't know what we were talking about, that would have been a question for the group, for the channel.
With the ball, and you know right now that there's a lot of shady people going around who we're still learning some of these names. There's a lot of shady people going into chats, and we're just all having to step up the security, basically. Harper says there's a TV preacher that teaches Cherokee or the Lost Tribe. Can't remember his name, but I think he's off with it. Free the People says truck drivers have great stories. Danny says, Warchief, no, but yes, I was a truck driver of 40 years, but I know whom you're talking about. I know him. Red Wolf is an ex-truck driver. A lot of truck drivers in here tonight. Danny says he grew up on the Omaha Nation.
Okay. Okay.
Tracker C is Cherokee and Choctaw. Lisa Lou said that's unreal, but I'm not sure which thing she's replying to. To one of y'all up there. Free the People says, thank you, Ellen and Jerry. Good night, all you fine people. Good night to you, too. And we're going to read you the
If you wait
comments
1 second.
And let me go grab my verse. I had it written down in here earlier today.
Free the people, if you give us 1 second.
This is one of my favorites, and I'll write it in this book. It's Acts 4:29-30. And now, Lord, behold their threatenings, and grant unto thy servants that with all boldness they may speak thy word, by stretching forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done by the name of thy holy child Jesus.
Okay, free the people, we're going to get yours before you go to bed. Here is your signed copy, and we appreciate you being here with us for the book signing the other night. We're doing yours tonight. We ran out of time after 5.5 hours. And we do have another one for Judy that we're going to be signing, but we have to get hers into the mail as soon as possible also.
Red Wolf. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, and thank you again, Free the People.
Thank you.
Here is your signed copy. We'll get that out to you tomorrow, I believe, is when we're shipping everything out.
Red Wolf says, so I'm not from a tribe. I study the Hebrew band in an academy, Hebrew academy, for over 10 years. The North American Indians are from the Travel Israel, which are the 12 lost tribes. You would really enjoy talking to Linda Garcia, who is Pray We Must. She's on a mission trip right now into Honduras, and that's a particular area of interest with Linda too.
But get this book, read it, and then get back to us. You're going to have a different outlook. We do know that the history that a lot of people have is the wrong history. And if we're trusting just the people who want us to know only what they want us to know, then we're going to come up with all the same conclusions and the same opinions. This is information and knowledge that is not out there. And if there is, it's only in bits and pieces. It's like a puzzle that you will have to go and track down. We simplify that. We give it to you all in one book. But I do understand your question. But that's a different topic. And that's not the topic that we're talking about tonight. Please get the book. And maybe we can have a stream like that if we get to that same level of understanding of the Bible and the book and the history and the hieroglyphs. If you're part of our new group that we're starting, you will understand and you won't have these questions any longer.
And we are very glad you're here.
But yeah, we are very glad you're here. And Vault, yeah, we hold Vault in high regard. So
we do. That's a good referral from Vault.
If he likes you and he trusts you, then you're good with us.
Go ahead.
But let's always remember that in any of our streams, we only answer the questions that relate to the topic or the subject matter or the interviews that we have. Even when we're interviewing people, we hold those questions till the end because we want to give our guests the respect of the entire time that they need to share information with
Fault
us.
is back again and says he will vouch for him.
Okay.
Good enough for us then.
All right, then you're good enough for us.
We're caught up.
Okay. So, Free the People, we got your book signed. Judy, we got yours, and we're also giving you, Judy, DVD, Blu-ray DVD of the Bigfoot documentary. Also, Jazzy, your book is also being sent out to you, and we're also going to send you the Bigfoot documentary to help you so that you can listen to the words also.
And Holly too, so that y'all can listen. And that's just our extra gift to you because we just think you're an outstanding young lady.
And remember, everything's a challenge, Jazzy. It's never a blessing or a curse. It's only a challenge, and see how you handle that challenge. Again, the Bigfoot documentary is $101. You can find it in the Cash App or PayPal. You can only get it through this channel. The book, the new book, Prayers to Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, is on Amazon. And we also need you, if you're going to join our new group and begin again with us, you will need this book. And you're going to see. You're going to see.
And then don't forget, we have hundreds of lives and
Yes.
videos on this main channel, and then also on Lead Tracker E. There's more. The spiritual house cleansing video, and that one might be on here. The tracking home deterrence and tracking Bigfoot deterrence and home tracking 101, something like that. It's on this one too. Those are two of our most important videos: how to protect your house inside and outside.
And you can find those on this channel at 728 Jerry Williams. Over 300 videos of information, but also it's also compressed in the DVD and the new book. You're not going to find information like this anywhere else. It will help you. It will save your life. It has saved lives already. It's not a game to us. This is a serious topic, I guess you would say. We take everything very serious, and if you have met with some of our trackers, you understand how we go about our business, our daily routines.
And for each of you that have bought your book on Amazon, if you would go give us a review, please. We'd appreciate it. And thank you to everybody that was so generous tonight. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the new people. Thank you to all the returning people. And we will pray.
We're gonna pray, and then we're gonna play that last video. And after the video is gone, we will see y'all. We will see the trackers 9:30 a.m. Friday morning. Josh Turner on Paranormal Roundtable that Friday evening. We don't have the time yet, so be aware of that. Check out Josh on his channel, and it should be posted there, but we're going to post here also, but we don't have the time yet for that.
And also check out Vault's channel.
Check out Vault's channel.
Check out Blue Sky's channel.
Oklahoma Adventures.
Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot.
Check all those channels out. They got a lot of important information.
Impromptu Truth.
Impromptu Truth. They'll give you the information. They'll give you the truth. They won't give you opinions. They'll give you the information. So trust those channels who give you the information.
We'll pray. Thank you, Father, just for your blessings. Always, there's just never enough thank yous. Send healing to those that need it. Keep everyone protected. Keep the enemy at bay. Reveal every wicked scheme against us and crush it. Expose it. Bring justice for all of the YouTube channels that are being harassed by snakes and spiders. bring your kind of justice, Lord. And we know that you will do that in your own timing. And it is magnificent to watch the way that you work, Father, the way that you expose things. And we need only sit and wait and watch. And the truth is always coming to us. And we really appreciate that, Lord. We thank you. We thank you for all the things that you're revealing. We thank you for the people that you are protecting and that you will protect through these revelations that are happening. Those who know what we're talking about know what we're talking about, and those that don't will find out soon enough. We love you, Lord, and we thank you for being here with us at all times. In Jesus' name, amen.
So, everyone, have a good night. Good night, warriors.
Good night, warriors.
My companions and I will show you how to stay alive, so that you may return home to your farm someday. Autolycus.
You.
Yes?
You. Lop off my head. My head. Cut it off.
Pathetic. General? Shield wall!
Who are you?
Nickel.
If you want to defeat this recess and survive, you must learn to think as one. On the battlefield, a man alone is weak. He's vulnerable. You must learn to work together.
Thaddeus.